back to another live feed. We into the top 5 of the top 50 true greatest MCs, according to Kool. So we'll start with number 5, Kool himself. Put himself at number 5. Let's get into a reason why. Master technician. I go to work like the architect. I build a rhyme. Sometimes it climbs so erect. Skyscrapers look like atoms. Cause electrons rolling in patterns. Writing out word after word with each letter. It becomes visibly better. Because my foundation built a nation. I represent after I come off vacation. I come to Rome, the land I own, and stand alone on the microphone daddy's home. So open the door, playtime is over. Time to go to work. And work the suckers in the place who run their face. I tasted the bass, who's in their ace. Who's the ace? Start the race. I'm coming in first. With each verse, I build a curse. So rappers don't capture Moody's rapture. And after I have you, senses were endless. Rhymes don't pretend this. And anything short, stupendous. And when this rhyme is done, your mind will become so trapped in the rap, you will lost another one. But you gotta wait, it takes time. Don't write, I build a rhyme, draw the plans, draft the diagrams, and architect and slams. And if it's weak, done, renovate, build another one. Welcome to the Pantheon. This echelon of MCs, including Kaz, have done things for the game that far supersede making money. I, Kool, am the beginning of intricate lyrical content. I'm the creator of more wordplay rhyme formulas than anybody in the game. From restructuring sentences to breaking words down and rhyming them syllabolically, to bringing two words together to rhyme with one, to introducing and upgrading high levels of uncommon vocabulary to creating the high-speed, fast rhyme style. What's funny to me is I see many popular MCs today don't hold me in regard using most of my techniques. What's even more ironic is many of these same MCs are extremely flawed in the technical aspects of the rhyme. With this, I mean many MCs didn't match subject to verb properly. They'll sometimes rhyme vowels and lose the enunciation. Many times they rhyme three-syllable words with one-syllable word, and the only last syllable will rhyme. There are just a few of the many mistakes that Kool never makes. The only MCs that I ever heard take it to the intricate, meticulous level that I do are Rakim and Eminem. If you go back and listen to the old Treacherous 3 records, listen to how intricate those routines were, you get a better picture of what I'm talking about. Speaking of Treacherous 3, Sketchy K and LA Sunshine wrote their own rhymes or wrote most of the routines. On the new rap language, you get an example of the fast rhyming style created. On the body rock, you get an example of the chanting song hook style I brought to the game. Also body rock, where I literally mouthed out, wrote the music is the first rap record with the rock guitar riff on it. 1981, we had our biggest hit, Feel the Heartbeat. At that point, we began to be viewed in comparison to Flash and the Furious 5. The Cold Crush unequivocally became the kings of the streets. And what was most unique about the Treasure 3 was we had very similar skill levels. Although I was the dominant MC, unlike Melly Brown and Cass, who were viewed as infinitely better than their group members, separation from Lee to Special K and K to LA Sunshine was not that far. However, the separation began with after my 1981 battle with Busy B Starsky. Contrary to popular belief, I never had any encounters with Busy B, never intended to battle him. That organically, spontaneously happened because I was hosting the MC contest that Busy B was in. Before the contest began in front of a packed Harlem World crowd, Busy ran up on stage and began ranting like Ali about how he was the best MC because he was undefeated in every contest he'd been in. He totally took a picture with the trophy and was ready to leave when the fan yelled out, Busy B can't beat Kool. Busy defended himself and defended me at the same time by stating that he could. Then on that night, I got on after Busy B ended his 2-year win streak. 2 weeks later, a tape of the battle began to circulate. About 3 months, time to the city was saturated. The battle was all anyone on the streets was talking about. What was ironic to me was that I didn't like the tape because the rhyme was spontaneous and thrown together, and I could hear the flaws in my performance. However, battle rule number 10 was in effect: take the crowd. Six years later, 6 years after that, 1988, I was in the most popular battle of all in hip hop history. Cool J had been dropping innuendos in his rhymes, making references to washed up old school rappers, claiming to be the greatest rapper in the history of rap itself. I respected his skill level, but I knew he didn't have any understanding or mastery of battle. So in 1960, I threw a light job on how you like now, just to gauge him. He responded with Jack the Ripper, just as I suspected he didn't know what he was doing. He made three common sense, weak rhymes, bragging about record sales, and versed in my skill level. And then Kool D wrote in his chapter about himself. He said, talked about here are 10 of the 13 battle laws. Number one, on wax, the best rhyme wins. Many MCs forget that battle first and foremost it's about lyrical skills. Number two, record and beats cannot save you. This is not battling for you. Hot beats and hot records may please the fan, but doesn't win the battle. Three, focus on the opponent, not on yourself. The battle's not about how great you are, it's about how great he or she isn't. This allows their weakness. Number four, never put explicit rhymes on wax. Only the likes of KRS-One can do this because he can destroy you live on stage, so it doesn't matter for anybody else. Explicit rhymes are setting you up for failure. Five, your money, reputation, and heat cannot win the battle for you. So many MCs make reference to how much money, how many records, how many accolades they get. It means nothing in battle. You still got a rhyme, and the rhymes must stand on their own. Number six, mothers, girlfriends, and babies have nothing to do with the battle. For shock this value, sometimes it's cool to make it to a family reference, but it can't be the sole focus of the rhyme. You can't shock your way to victory. Seven, freestyles usually lose. It may work for a while, but that's only if you're a rebel freestyler. Now, freestyle almost never beats the prepared written battle rhymes. It usually wins in spontaneous scenarios. Number eight, personal. This is only work live. Jokes about people's appearance, unlike masterly done on work live, because people need to see the visual. So if you're talking about someone looking bad on wax and the person shows up looking good and game over, number nine, assume the underdog position. If you're perceived as the bully or the favorite, subconsciously people are rooting against you. 10, play to the crowd, take the crowd. This is for the few MCs that still have the battle to battle live. The audience responding usually throws the opponent off their game. Cheers for you or boos for him. Design rhymes or crowd interaction. The final three rules are both these ancient Egyptian secrets. Let's in case one of you think try. Most way I am the undefeated battle because I always bring something unexpected to the table. I couldn't believe that one of the inept writers in Ego Trips book of lists actually said that LL won the battle. What fight were you watching? Show me one rhyme that LL ever said tighter than this. I roll hard, run the rap yard. I don't get even, I get odd, Todd. Always one up on you. And I try to warn you. You took a bad step, ruined your rep and what? And you should have kept your mouth shut. You know what? You gotta say you're sorry. I'm sorry, so what? You called me a punk. You wanna see who's soft? Put the microphone down. Let's square off. You need a hand. You got hands for trying to be me? Now LL stands for lower, level, lackluster, last least, limp lover, lousy lame, late lethargic, lazy lemon, little logic, lucky, leech, liver uplift, laborious, louse on the losers list, living limbo, lyrical lapse, low life. With this loud raps, boy, you can't win, huh? I don't bend. Look what you got yourself in. Just excuse my name. Use your name. I took those L's, hung them on your head, and rock your bells. Now here we go, blow for blow. Let's go round for round. Yours and mine, hey yo. To battle rhyme, I know how to make it flow. So let's go to the ring. Rapper, sing, and swing. Words and verbs, see who deserves to be king. Serve a blow to that ego. If you didn't know, let's go. Any questions, or anybody else? All anybody has to do is go back and listen to Let's Go versus Jack the Ripper. It's not even close. The battle was cool. but they were bigger fish to fry. Many people don't remember what the climate was like for hip hop in 1988. It was in a very perilous position. Radio was all but boycotting the music. They were forcing the most prominent MCs in the game to conform to making certain types of records in order to get airplay. The formula was no airplay, no sales, no deal, art form dead. This is why I, Kool, Will Smith, Heavy D, and myself, unsung heroes of hip hop. That the radio records we created, hip hop was being systematically shut down. Will got the young kids, but I was the first to see that the elder adults really connected with because of the mature sound of my voice, the musical sound of How You Like Me Now, and Wild Wild West. The older always began to separate me from the pack. The final stroke was when I was able to do interviews on BET and Senior Hall. The black adult market was finally paying attention. Believe it or not, as kind of silly as it sounds, they never thought MCs or rappers could speak proper English. I don't speak of this with my high regard, any high regard. I'm just pointing out the significance of the time. Because of my popularity, I became somewhat of an ambassador of hip hop. I was able to get into areas where we weren't allowed. I was able to get people who didn't listen to listen. When I articulated our struggles as poverty-stricken black kids, those were able to connect. As an MC, I was able to make more of a social impact because of the types of records I made. Ironically, I took a lot of flack from the very industry I was fighting for. Fans wanted the edge, but by sacrificing a little of the edge, I near saved hip hop. Of course, there were other elements to the saving of hip hop, but my contribution was very significant at the face of educated hip hop. By 1989, I was confirmed as a hip hop star. At that time, I was the longest reigning successful rap artist in hip hop's short history. The album Knowledge is King was what I thought was my best work. That same year, I had an epiphany-like transition. I began to see the music industry for what it really was. I only wanted to make music to inspire and help people. Unfortunately, the music industry basically only wants to make money. I began to get industry pressure to make gangster-style rap records. And this was, in my opinion, the ultimate hypocrisy. The very industry that was fighting not to play rap records, touting its potential negative influence on society, was now finding ways to play edited versions of violence, blatant gangster. Because that was hot. They wanted ratings. Again, the battle industry and suddenly got blackballed. However, in 1990, I worked on the ultimate project of my career, Quincy Jones' Back on the Block. I learned more from one album with Quincy than 12 years in the music industry. In 1991, I released my worst album, Funky Wisdom, folks failing the industry instead of making an album. Ironically, I still received a Grammy for that year. By 1992, I introduced my release from Jew Job Records. I figured from 1978 to 1992 was not a bad run. But at the end of the day, when you look at the body of work from upgrading the lyrical, which Steve's writing, performing, producing hit records with Treacherous 3, going solo, reinventing, creating more hits, introducing the world to high-level hip-hop battles, going undefeated battle from 1978 to 1992, I would have to say that's an impeccable resume. As far as the skills go, I'm probably one of the most underrated champions in the game. It's like Sugar Ray Robinson, most of his best records aren't on tape, but what is on tape is still good enough for you to see greatness. I invite everyone to go back and listen to my arsenal now that the hype is over. Listen to the lyrics and tell me what you think. In 1978, Millie Mel gave MCs a template. In 1978, I innovated it. MCs do your history. Check your lyrical bloodline. 9 times out of 10, from somewhere in your DNA. Kool D, one of the true greatest MCs are. So Kool D himself put him at number 5, and again, he made some valid points about why he was a top 5 MC. Now, strength was rhyme, craftsmanship was true, rhyme technician, not one builds a rhyme as complete as what Kool D. If you listen to most of my rhymes, they're usually rhymes within a rhyme, and they rhyme right down to the syllable. Weakness too invulnerable, never taking position of weakness. Everything always came under the guise of the king, the master, the best. Hip-hop transitioned to more personal and vulnerable space. Fans were left feeling like they couldn't connect because Kool D was never going to show vulnerability. I go to work, feel the heartbeat. Treacherous 3 was his favorite record, and Knowledge is King's favorite album. LP. Originality, he's 100. Gave himself 100, one of the 3 original kings. Prototype for the intricate MC, the intricate lyrical MC. 85 for concepts, 85 for versatility, 100 for vocabulary, 100 for substance. The records are not hit records, but still have the meaning and the impact in terms of what the subject matter is about. In the same mind, Chris One, Chuck D, records like Knowledge is King, Pump Your Fist, and God Make Me Funky. Absolutely one of the most substantive substantive MCs, period. 90 for flow, 75 for flavor, freestyle 80, 100 vocal presence, 90 performance, 80 poetic value, 90 body of work, 95 for industry impact. He was the first MC to get the NAACP Image Award. He was the first MC nominated for a Grammy, also with Quincy Jones Grammy side. 85 for social impact. 100 for longevity and lyrics. 100 battle skills. 100. So Kool D gave himself 1,555, 91.4 total score. Right, so that's it, man. I'm done. That's it, I'm done. Kool D put himself number 5 in his own book. True 50 Greatest MCs as a government made. Kool D. That's it. So I'm done. Come back soon. What's the time it is? It's 6 o'clock. Come back with number 4. Let's try to conclusion of this book that was written by Kool D over 20 years ago about the true 50 Greatest MCs. So then, talk to you at 6 o'clock.